Welcome to once again Young Widows and How They Cope. So soon for me it's going to be 1 year till my husband's death. I'm preparing for the so-called anniversary of my husband's death. So basically I just looked up a few things on Pinterest on how to be alone that day. I'm not really sure if I want people with me, and I'm not sure if I want to be alone. So I'm preparing for both. So I'm gonna have some tea and make some cakes, and then I'm also going to have I've got a list of things that I've taken off Pinterest that I thought might interest you, and I'll show you over here. I don't know if you can see this. There's a whole list. I know you probably can't see it right there, but I will read some of the things that as women it'll just make us feel a little bit better. So paint your nails. There's nothing more therapeutic for us than to paint our nails. So grab the first color that you feel you will like. I've personally got this I got this number 7. It's number 7 brand, and it's called Joyful Rose, and it's in symbol of my love for Don. I'll show you the 2 seconds. I'll show you the sorry about that, I've just got up to get the nail varnish. So if you can see, this is the nail varnish. As I said, it's called Joyful. Can you see there? I don't know if you can see. Anyway, it's called Joyful Rose, and I just thought the color, you maybe can't see it as well in this, but it's like a very light rosy goldy color. It depicts my husband's demeanor. He was always joyful, and he always made sure that there was roses in the house. He made sure that every week that I had roses in the house. So I will definitely be painting my nails for that day to look joyful in what he loved. It says try cooking a new dish. I'm not fussed on that, but if you are, go for it. It says read a book or go to a bookstore. I kind of like doing that, the smell of paper and the smell of books and the richness of the verbal words silently wanting to jump off a book and into your heart. That kind of tickles me and gets me really interested. So may just go to one of the bookstores, big bookstores, and have a look around. Writing your journal is obviously something we always recommended to do. Catch up on your favorite shows. Watch an inspiring TED talk. Now, I've looked at TED or TED on the YouTube a lot, and if you just type in grieving and how to cope, TED, a lot of people who speak about how they've coped with grieving. But if you just want to keep your mind on something else, like not grieving or anniversaries or just something to inspire you, please do go on to TED or TED Talks. It says meditate. Now, of course, I'm not the type of person who meditates like sitting like a Buddha. I like to think about life and how it relates to creation. And I'm recently meditating on something that was told to me by an elderly gentleman. He said, when you plant a seed in the ground, it dies. And only after it dies, then is it able to grow a new stem, new leaves, and a new life. And he said that kind of represents the resurrection. So my husband has died, but he's waiting for his new life. And I think that gave me hope, because it's not the end. And I hope that gives you hope too. That no matter what your belief is, the person will be able to go on. So moving on, we don't want to get religious. I don't mind, but I don't want to get into that on right now. So organize your room. I'm not an organizer, but to be honest with you, I did a couple of months ago. I totally did a spring clean and just cleaned up everywhere, kind of threw things out that I wasn't, and the house and the cupboards and the closets were just spotless. And it actually, I felt like a new person. So this is a new way of healing as well. They say is organize your room, your closet. A good person or a good mentor is what is her name? Oh goodness. Marie Kondo. She's really good. I followed her. Experiment with your makeup. Well, I love that. Different colors, different makeup. Recently, on YouTube, there's a lot of different types of videos, of course, because of the season coming out on how to do different makeups. And explore your neighborhood. We get in our cars and we just drive around, but try and explore maybe by walking different places or go to different places. It says watch a funny YouTube video. I like Steve Harvey, especially Ask Steve. It generally stays very clean, and Steve Harvey's really funny. So take a look at Steve Harvey when I'm feeling a little bit on the low side. Steve Harvey's the one to watch. So I might be watching Steve Harvey that day. Write a handwritten letter to someone you care about. Well, this can relate to the person, and especially your husband that's died. You know, I've said it before in the videos that our relationship with the person we love doesn't die. So why not write him a letter and tell him how you've done so far this year, or the last 2 years, or the last 3 years, or the last week, if you can. Not pushing it, but for me, it's coming to 12 months, and I feel quite happy with that I can actually hand write a letter to my husband and tell him what I've been doing. We just don't know. Maybe in the future when they come back or whatever your belief is, they'll see it. So declutter your inbox. That's your emails. Fix your resume. And write a letter to your future younger self. That's such an interesting concept. So you can either write a letter to you yourself in the future, or you can write a letter to your younger self. It's almost like going back in time. It's quite exciting. Work on manifesting all you desire. This is important because for the first time we're alone, and we generally only have one person to look after unless you have a lot of family around you. But even if you do, you should really be but choose to work on yourself and manifesting all your desire. And these are proper, respectful desires. If you desire to be more dignified, more mannered, have more etiquette. At the moment, I'm looking up on a lot of YouTube videos on etiquette. I'm really interested in etiquette. Plan a meal for the week, plan a meal for that day, because generally you may not be up to cooking. So what will you eat that day of the anniversary? Draw or color in a coloring book. Very therapeutic. And yes, adults and grown-ups are doing this. Write a creative story. Now, I have done this in the past, and it is very, very therapeutic, and you'll be surprised what treasures you have in your heart and what comes out of your heart. Write that short, creative story. There's other stuff that you can do as well. I've just gone through a few things. get a massage, talk to a friend. So these are just things that will help you on that day of the anniversary. Choose one, choose two, choose three, choose all of them. The essence of this video is on the anniversary of your loved one's death is to have something planned. Whether the plan goes through or whether the plan doesn't go through, at least in the back of your mind, you have something to fall back on emotionally. And these will help you get through the day. And if you do choose to have friends over or people that you want to share that day with, please make sure it's people who support you, who don't judge you, and who allow you to be who you are on that day. And that can be anything. You can choose to be who you are that day. That is your day. So all the best. I will let you know how that day went, and it'll come and it'll go. And all the best if it's nearer the next week or so, or a couple of weeks, or maybe a month or two. All the best, and I'm thinking of you.